Okay, in this quick tutorial, I just want to show you how you can import your pictures into Lightroom. So first thing you'll do obviously is put the SD card into the back of your computer, or if you're using a phone, you'll probably plug your phone in to the computer, or whatever it is, however you need to get access to those files. And then if you're already inside of Lightroom, it actually will probably pop up automatically. But if it doesn't, what we're going to do, this is from the library module, and I'll talk about the other modules another time, but from the library module, you're going to click on the import button. And that's going to bring up something like this, okay, where we're going to see all of the pictures that you have, okay, that all you have access to and whatever. So what you can do is you can then select all of the pictures that you want. So there's uncheck all, check all. There are other options that are happening too, like a lot of times if you click on new photos, it's only going to show you the ones that aren't in your library already. But it also, you have this checkbox over here that says don't import suspected duplicates. I usually leave that on. So what I would do is maybe say uncheck all, and then maybe I'm going to say, okay, from here, click on one, hold down shift, to here I want all of these photos, and then I click the little checkbox. And that's going to say I'm going to import these. Now up at the top, this is also very important. You should choose copy. Okay? If you're pulling from an SD card or your phone or something like that, you need to choose copy. And if you're pulling from an SD card where you shot in RAW, I would suggest choosing the copy as DNG. It's a similar, it's basically saying that we want the RAW file format, but we're going to convert it into what's called a digital negative. If you shot in JPEG, it doesn't really matter, but I just leave it on copy as DNG. So I'm going to put that on. It'll show all my devices over here. I can also import from other places on my computer. Then what I'm going to do is come over here, okay, just so you know what's happening. File renaming, if you wanted to rename the files instead of them being img underscore blah blah blah. I don't really deal with that. You can also apply effects to them while you're importing. I don't really deal with that either. This is the next important part. So I have mine set up, I think yours is usually defaulted to organize by date, and then it will say a date format, and you can choose whatever you want there. Again, it's up to you how you want to organize it. Personally, I like to say into subfolder, and then I'll name whatever project it happened to be. So for example, shutter speed practice or something like that. And then I'm going to put into one folder. It's just going to go into the shutter speed practice folder. And then if you scroll down over here, I again usually have mine going to the pictures folder. That's where it defaults to. So what it's going to do, and it shows me right here, shutter speed practice in a lighter gray, basically it's saying we're going to add this folder. We're going to create a new folder, and that's where all of your pictures are going to go, because it says organize into one folder. That's where they're going to go. Again, you can choose to not do into a subfolder, and you can just say organize by date, and then notice what happens when I do that. Okay, look at all these possible folder creations. It's only going to do the ones down here because that's all that I've selected. But that to me gets a little too confusing, and so I chose not to do it that way. But again, it's totally up to you on how you want to do that. Once you get that all ready to go, you just click the import button, and then it will start to import your files into Lightroom. In my case, it's converting to digital negative. It's not really, because, and it'll give me an error message in just a second saying that if it wasn't a RAW file, it didn't convert it, which is totally fine. Yeah, so non-RAW files were not converted, and I didn't have any RAW files in this place. So it actually can import videos as well, although I deal only with pictures in Lightroom, but you can do some things to video. And we'll talk more about the other functions at a later time, but that is how you get pictures into Lightroom to be able to start editing.